My narcissistic in-laws don't approve of me because I make less money than my wife. They went ballistic when they found out my job saved them from all their ugly problems. My wife and I have been together for 3 years, but I've always had a bad relationship with her family, especially her mom and sister. No matter what I do, whether that be throwing a huge party for my wife's birthday, getting her expensive clothes, or even trying for a baby, both of them still come to the conclusion that I don't deserve her. This all started on the day of our wedding. My wife wanted a small, intimate wedding with just our close friends and family, and while I found that romantic, her mom and sister did not. They pulled me aside during the reception and asked me why I gave my wife such a cheap wedding, and accused me of not loving her. I tried telling them that I wanted a huge wedding to celebrate her, but they weren't having it. They claimed I was lying, and that I clearly didn't make enough money to do that. For context, I'm an esthetician, which they've deemed a poor people job, while my wife is a lawyer. Because of that, they've gotten the idea that I trap my wife in a relationship so that I can steal all her money. So all those expensive things I do for my wife, they think I'm using her money. I've tried to keep my distance from them, but my wife adores her family, so whenever she's invited to any party, she drags me along. And her mom's birthday dinner was no exception to this. I told my wife I shouldn't go because her mom doesn't consider me family, but she insisted they only say good things about me. I've supported my wife through all her delusions, even when she insists she's going to marry Levi Ackerman, but this one was delusional. I almost called an institution to take her in, but I can't say no to my wife, so I ended up going either way. At the dinner party, I quickly realized that my mother-in-law didn't want to hear my voice at all. Whenever someone asked me a question like, "What's it like working as an esthetician?" my mother-in-law would quickly interrupt, say that it was great, and shift the conversation to talk about my wife's job instead. Another time, my father-in-law asked me if I wanted to join him for golf sometime, but my sister-in-law answered for me and said that I told her how much I hated golf and any other sport. I never even said that to her. I was super embarrassed every time I was interrupted, and while my wife tried to help out sometimes, it didn't make up for the fact I was not wanted there. So, I hope to just continue eating my dinner in peace. Luckily, no one asked me anything since they knew I wouldn't be able to.